Hi, welcome everyone back to my channel, Unstoppable Spirit Creations. I'm Burgundy, and I've actually got my good friend Violet to come join me today. She helps me make a lot of my pieces and jewelry. She helps me do a lot. So she's actually joined me today, and she's going to help me go through some questions and help me move through stuff since, as I've mentioned, I have ADHD and I can never keep things straight. So she's going to help me with that. Hi, Violet.
Thanks for having me here today, Burgundy. I should note, I also have ADHD, but somehow my brain manages to put one foot after another. And that metaphor, the way it falls down, just tells you how well that works. So anyway, today we're going to talk about your jewelry business, why you started, what you do. Let's start off with why you started making jewelry in the first place.
Well, I started specifically because I wanted a reason. I love creating. I get so, my spirit is fulfilled by being creative. And so I love the idea of making jewelry because it also helps me exercise my dexterity, which, as I've mentioned, I have multiple sclerosis and battle that, as well as fibromyalgia. So using my hands and muscles and eyes every day is really important to me to maintain those nerves. So I have a whole bunch of jewelry here today to show off.
Great. And you make jewelry with various themes. What is the primary theme that you like to focus on with your jewelry?
A chronic illness. Chronic illness has been a really big focus of mine for, at least 2 years now. I've been really focused on chronic illness. So all of my jewelry I built and created with the idea of giving awareness to chronic illnesses. And there's so many here in Canada, especially, I don't know the rest of the world, but we really struggle with a lot of chronic illnesses. And I think awareness and being proud to wear your story should be something that people do.
You're wearing a number of pieces today. I love that bracelet that's on your right hand. Can you tell us a bit about that bracelet?
Sure. This one has my favorite stone on it, which is carnelian. You'll see a lot of my pieces have carnelian because it's orange. And I'm obsessed. I know my name's Burgundy, but I'm crazy about the color orange. And particularly, I really like dark or burnt orange. And carnelian is more of a burnt orange color. And it represents, it's supposed to represent being creative and being playful and excitable, I guess, which is everything I'm always trying to do and trying to have lots of energy. So yeah, this piece I've created has the carnelian stones on it. And then all of my pieces have a boxing glove on them because I'm battling something. And that's what that's to represent, is I'm battling something. And so every piece has a boxing glove, or in some cases I have grenades, just to represent battling something. And so I have that, and then every one of them has the awareness ribbon. It's kind of hard to see in here, but the awareness ribbon, which is for MS, multiple sclerosis, it's orange. So I have the orange awareness ribbons. Every piece has an awareness ribbon on it, whether it's just says hope or it is representing a certain illness. They're all a little bit different. And so yeah, this one has those few things on it, and it has a little piece on it that says hope. So that is very important. And then I always have a lotus flower on everything. The lotus flower is very important to me because I love the story of when I found out that the lotus flower actually grows in the mud and it comes out, it travels through the mud, it grows through the mud it grows up looking for the sun and comes out in the sun, and it appears unscathed. It's perfect. You can't even see that there's any mud or dirt on it. The flower looks perfect. And I think that that is such a beautiful story, that you've gone through the mud, but you come out so beautiful on the other side. I think that's a really, really important story. So I include lotus in a lot of my work.
Now let's talk about some of your other pieces. You have another theme I know that's very important to you is animals, is your dogs. So what have you made that symbolizes that?
So I try to get out and work with any organization, usually dogs, but animal rescue organizations is really important to me. Always has been. So I make a lot of jewelry. These ones here, I'll display here. I have it's a cat, it says cat mum on it, and that's an earring. And then there's dog mum, which we'll get some better pictures on here. And then I have little paws that I've been putting different resin colors in. And so, and the dog paw earrings, and making resin dog bones, which is always lots of fun to make. It's a little bit trying, but I like making the different resin products. It's kind of a fun thing to do, working with resin. It's a science, that's for sure. And then I also, for my friend Violet here, for the LGBTQ movement, and people that are struggling with those, I make different products that are specifically earrings, so that even if their ears aren't pierced yet, like mine are not pierced yet, so I create stuff that can be clipped on, and I make in all the different flags, which you help me with, because I can't remember all the different flags. There's so many flags, but I try to really create a lot of pride stuff, because I know that that's a struggle and a battle for a lot of people, and I think that that's something that that people need to see, that they have strength in.
A lot of your pieces have got specific stones, specific crystals in them. I'm noticing one awareness bracelet in particular that is really beautiful. Tell us how you pick some of the stones that go into your pieces.
All the stones I've actually, or crystals as they're called in the jewelry making world, they actually represent different things. The green stones in particular have a lot to do with mental, a lot of mental illness, as well as bringing out the strength in your cognitive abilities. It is the green is always very important. And then the carnelian, as I mentioned, I'm absolutely crazy about carnelian, because of it's supposed to inspire energy, and that is very important to me. So I definitely, and then I also have a brain on this one. So there's a little brain on there, because this one's basically representing somebody with, that maybe has mental health challenges, because there's so many people, unfortunately, so many people have done so many papers on, in my work for a psychology degree, I do a lot of papers on mental illness, and I have volunteered for different organizations about mental illness. That's really important to me. So a lot of my jewelry is just to keep my mental health stable, as well as to help other people.
Now, each awareness ribbon, some of them have solid colors, some of them are a blend of colors. Is there one color for each disease, or is it more complicated than that?
Oh, it's definitely more complicated. For instance, how the whole awareness ribbon started, it actually started with the AIDS epidemic. And the red ribbon was the AIDS awareness ribbon. So that's where the whole story of awareness ribbons came from. It's the whole is AIDS, and the red is still used for AIDS, but it's also used for things like heart and stroke. It's used for a couple different illnesses. I have a big poster that shows all the different illnesses, and some of them are so fun. They've really created some really neat patterns and stuff, which is so fun to make with resin. I really enjoy doing that, but again, it's a challenge.
I know you have created one that was a zebra stripe pattern, and I just want to give a quick shout out to, we have a good friend named Megan who has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a very rare condition, and we made a piece to symbolize that, to help people know that it exists, because a lot of these conditions, people don't know that they exist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think raising awareness about all these different illnesses is so important. I really think it is.
So all of the pieces, the items, the components that you use to make your jewelry, do you buy a bunch of individual components? Yeah, do you have a room that's filled with jewelry things? I know the answer to this, but I'm asking for our viewers.
Yes, it's actually 2 rooms. My office, which is where I am supposed to be making my jewelry, but I make jewelry in my bedroom all the time too. And I make a lot of jewelry and resin products out here in my living room. And so yeah, I have when I get on a theme and it's important to me, I I spend a lot of money on.
If people see your jewelry online and they want to get some for themselves, where can they get it, whether they're local or whether they're around the world?
Around the world, Etsy. Etsy is the place to do it. But I also have a website where I am supposed to be blogging about the different illnesses, but I get so caught up in other things. But I like to blog about illnesses and learn about all the different illnesses. They're so intriguing to me. The whole human body is so intriguing to me. And so I try to make pieces specifically for those conditions. And of course, I have to buy all the different pieces to themes. So if people are interested in a theme, all they need to do is contact me on my website at Unstoppable Spirit Creations @gmail.com. And that is the best way to get anything from you come up with an idea, I'm gonna figure it out. That is just the way I am.
I'll put links to our website and a few others in the description to this video. For local people,
Yes.
What's another avenue that you use to sell locally?
Locally, well, I do a lot of markets. I do a lot of, obviously I can't afford to do markets. I'd love to be able to travel to Calgary and do a marketing. I love doing markets. It's just a chance to meet new people and share my passions with other people. But unfortunately, markets is a little expensive, and so that's why I'm always hoping to get some contributors, I guess would be the right term. But right now, I'm just doing local markets within the northern Alberta area because that's where I live. So, yeah, I sell a lot of products at markets as well as my Etsy store.
Great. That is wonderful. I just want to put in a note. You have credited me as helping with creating some of your pieces. I have created such a small number. You have done almost all of the creation here. I'm just a contributor.
That's because I wake up in the middle of the night and decide to start. Oh, I got an idea. Let's make it.
Well, thank you so much for telling us all about your jewelry and the story of your unstoppable spirit.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that more people will come out. I really like Megan. She has some beautiful products, and I'd really like to meet other people and learn what they're doing. And because I love learning about how to. I just love learning, and I love the idea of crafting and figuring out how to do things. So whenever I see something, I'm like, oh, I'm going to figure out how to do that. And I have to research everything and usually buy all the products to create it. And yeah.
Well, thanks again for having me here. I really enjoy doing these videos. And for everyone watching, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so you never miss a thing, and write something in the comments. Ask Burgundy questions, provide comments, talk about whatever pertains to this wonderful journey that we are all on. And so thank you for tuning in, and we will see you at the next video.
Thank you again, Violet. Thank you for coming.